ghost dad, ghost dad, ghost dad, ghost dad, ghost dad, ghost dad, ghost dad.
Another saga is on the collect G and give a rap nada. I'm back.
All right. I'm coming. Ooh. Oh yeah. What's the? Yeah. No. It's... Well, what are you going to do? What do you mean? You find people in your way. Come. When I just can't think right. I'm going mad. You're not making any sense. Grandma. Oh, no, you don't. Craziness. You. Thank you. Hey, you're not clear. You're not thinking. And maybe more. Because somebody keeps telling us that we are, you're the man, you're the man. No. What we are is not paying attention. You've got to pay attention. There are people, there are paradigms of what is coming. Your own father. See, it doesn't register with you. There's the game of chess. Move. God's shoulders, cut it in half. Friend, evil. They're not evil. As you are mad, I am nothing. I am nothing. No, this is getting stupid now. You were babbling away. Here we go. And stay sober. They come. No, let me say it. Thank you. He is like a person. Give me that big red one. I'm going to ride him until he can't breathe anymore. That they things belong to them. And you don't know that. The first time I ever talked out loud to myself, because the eyes told them, what happened to your shoes? Things start to move. Belong. Where is that? Am I being punished? No. Will suck. I don't want to talk about this. But that's the way it is. Excuse me. Dear, why did you move this when I had it this way? See, that's my wife. Look, do me a favor. Don't ever do this again. Don't ever do this again. Huh? Isn't this fun? Who do you... Get in my car. 2:30 in the morning. You know, so they tried to talk. Cosb. My friend Ed is coming. What time is it? Oh, how are you? What are you doing? I don't know any codes. Nothing. Hello? Do you know that there's a malfunction? Slam it, turn it, slam it, juggle it, bang it. Bolted, it still shows there's a malfunction. Do drugs. All right. Speak to someone who has a code name that makes some sense and not a bunch of pervert things going out. Well, I don't know anything about a code name. Code name. No, you can't do that. See, that's the sound she made. My code name. No, and see things, man. So, a GPS. This continued for another 20 minutes. The inner sanctum. I'm telling you, man, you don't know what you're in for, boy. And some of them have peed on themselves, passed out. I have no idea. Put her head in the freezer. Finish the program, they turned on. Here, back around, and you hear them overhead, and you... Come. So, peripheral vision, because the voices told me to, but that's my machine. So I keep telling you over and over. And it's tantamount to like listening to your mother. You know, but at least with your mother, there's like when your mother, and then, so this size. So the bad boys up here, they're, oh man, we gonna party. Yeah, but how do we get there? How do we get there? Don't worry, he'll figure it out. He's smart. Yeah. So we go. She did not look like she saw it. Easy. No, you scared me. You will taste the flavor of how it died. So, virgins, male virgins, come. It was wonderful. So, so, wow! Right, curtain blocking. Oh, you like that part, didn't you? Then they go on the grass and kiss me. It was wonderful. Come with me, daughter's bedroom. I didn't ask to be born. She stuck her head in. I'm a man. I'm a man. You're a man. I'm a man. Ah! Did you? But I'm a man. Being a man. I'm a man. But they know that they own us. Oh, yes. I was asleep. Nightmare. Nightmare, not a nightmare. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just gonna have a conversation with my hero, Mr. Bill Cosby. First thing, it's an honor to. One of the first things I want to ask you is the audience just saw us. Whoa.
Pulling my tooth. And, you know, because I've lied so much about it, you know, you must have lost my paper. So I just.
Oh. So all of this came out of that one professor giving you confidence once you wrote that paper to read it out loud. Two of them.
Say.
I want to be on the show.
Right. So, white collar drunk.
Mel Brooks and Joke.
It was a white English couple who loved me.
How many shows do you do between that time?
In a way, I was the. And so one slave, he says, I'm not taking. And nobody's really cognitive. Black people are giving us this stuff, and we racism is horrible. So some things I remember. You see what I mean? Negroes, again. Negroes love watermelon. Yeah. Like, this is funny to white people. And I eat it in the dark in the closet.
Let me ask you a question. Let's talk about a chunk that you did on the show. The fencing routine that you talk about when you're eating the cookies. How do you craft a chunk? How do you craft it? You know, do you consciously look and say, okay, I'm gonna order the cookies, and then I'm gonna get the cookies, I'm gonna put 2 in my mouth. Do you think through the chunks and the rhythm as you craft the chunk?
Yes.
You think through every like you.
So once again,
Let me ask you a question. You're out there without a net and you are crafting a routine in front of an audience. Is it you trusting your instincts, or do you just go into what's the term that you use? You just go into your head. I mean, how do you look at it? You know what I'm saying? Because you went full out with the fencing, but you had never done it before.
Play, because look, here's what I'm doing. I'm thinking all the time. And I'm thinking, or you do, and you cut, you go about. So feeling, don't go there, you know. And he would do that to him. When you see Bill Cosby himself, wear the tie, there's a thing that is probably great. He gives us just.
Are you serious?
What is wrong with you? You never used to talk like I had lived it. Because look, feel. Or a feeling.
And you trust your instincts that this, wherever you go, you can take an audience there if you believe it. Wow.
And but so, is my theme song.
Was it? This is before Dick. Dick was just coming on the scene.
Dick was making about $5,000 a week.
Because he did Jack Parr. Is that was part of the? Wow. Wow.
So. I want to talk to you about karate. And the people on something like where you going.
You to go to that same well.
Right.
Did they freak out at the Tonight Show because you're not on script? Like he's not doing what we. That would, as a comedian, is it really about trusting your instinct all the time as a comedian? I mean, like you love jazz. So is there something connected to jazz about the fluidity of it? You know what I'm saying?
Direction. Feeling and
right. Doing your punchline.
Beef. Then you had to get a 3,500. And I repeated that, and it was a great.
In these shows that we did, you have a rhythm with the audience, and you know how to move that audience any way. Talk about that. How do you do that? How do you?
For instance, when I
Bernadette
into the bathroom,
Old Spice.
I didn't even know they were going to jump me. There was a bottle of it, and they went Old Spice.
So you knew the rhythm. You said, oh, there's always going to be this rhythm there.
The Old Spice. No, and you need to be quiet. You understand?
Wow.
Whoa.
So you're always listening to the sound of the audience. You got to listen to where they're going, and you allow it to shape. It shapes the chunk. Let me ask you, in terms of tone of material, in terms of language, you've never crossed that line. Do you ever get an inkling to go, I may want to cross it a little bit, because you always keep it tasteful and funny, but you never cross that line? Does it ever enter your brain?
Leave the exposure of sexual parts.
So you really do take, whatever letters or comments come in, emails, Twitter, and think about if somebody says, hey, that joke did this to me.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
right, instead of you're just funny.
Little tiny hairs.
I want to ask you a question about Lenny Bruce. And when Lenny Bruce started to change and use, different language on stage, was that a game changer for comedy? Did it change it?
Yes. Colored friends comfortable at a party. And and they start talking about Lenny.
The trials. Let me ask a question about your drive. What drives you? Why do you, like in your 70s, you're still doing hundreds of dates every year. What drives you?
The fun of coming, looking at them. First of all, at the age of 75, 76, July 12th, that these people, husband and wife, children, boyfriend, girlfriend, they are there, and I'm putting across what I have to serve to them. And they are enjoying it. Feel? I never pay attention. I go around the back. So it's not much fun trying to do that.
So let me ask a question. This comedy special, I looked in the audience, as the director of the show, and I see a cross-section of people, white, black, Asian, you name it, young, old,
Let me thank you. Did you ever notice that when people talk to you, say, I don't care if you're red, black, green, no. Go ahead, the cross-section.
But the cross-section, everybody's laughing, young, old, you name it. What is it? How do you look at your comedy? Look, here's my final question. What is the legacy of Bill Cosby when it's all said and done? What is the legacy? What do you think? What have you been on this planet doing all these years? What is it? What's the legacy?
I don't think. And after about the 15th time saying this, will you please shut up? Just leave it alone. It's a great, but he never does. So all I know is right now, okay, here we go. And I have from that point, I have no idea what I'm going to say. But I do know.
Comedians were asking me that because they knew I was directing. They were like, going, well, where does he work on his material? Where does
Right.
So how do you
try?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Don't send that part out again. And then there's be talking and here, there, and bouncing all off, and then I would say the thing that was, and it was nothing there.
So it's feeling the energy of the audience. Then you kind of dissect it because you're kind of a student of comedy. So you're looking at it from all sides.
Inculcated. Professional education.
Final question. I know it's been a few final questions. Here's the last one. What advice would you have for young comedians? Because like at the show, the Comedy and Magic Club brought out 20, 30 comedians to sit, 3 rows in to watch you perform. What is your advice to this next generation of comedians? What would you say to them in terms of, success and longevity?
Do your best, and do your best.
This is Robert Townsend signing off. Thanks for buying the DVD and checking out the show. Again, Sitting with the Legend. Thank you for all the advice, Mr. Bill Cosby.
This thing has a strength to it.
It does, right?
It can be what is coming out of
as you guys work together and feel. Now that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Just leave them on the
The
table.
cowbell. Let me hear you doing something with the shakers. See what happens with the shakers instead of the cowbell. Is there another musician around? Maybe can do the cowbell that I don't have to pay? Yeah. Okay, stop. Okay, that was terrible.
Hi, this is Robert Townsend. We're going behind the scenes with Bill Cosby. Education.
Mr. Bill Cosby, the man, the legend, the Mr. Raw Talent himself. What more can you say about this iconic guy in television history?
Mr. Education.
I love education today.
Now,
Exciting.
What makes
What?
the legend.
I've learned a lot. He's a legend, a living legend.
and a legend?
Education.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Legend.
I said, I said, yeah. So they said, well, which one? I said, Comedy Central. So they said, so they said, well, what? I said, they said, I said, yeah. So they said, I said, yeah. They said, I said, not really. I said, what I said, and you say, well, somebody said, Grandma said, oh, she said, all they ever say. You say, what did he say? Woman said, it's a part of my mind. Said, so my brain said, yeah, my brain said many of the wives sitting in the back. You say, you scared. She said, come here. I said, she said, and she said, one time, and I said, yeah. She said, I don't want anything. I said, but, she said, no, I didn't. She said, when did I call you, Bill? I said, you said, she said, she said, people will say, so you said, an idiot. In an audience, one night he said, all I said was Ed. He said, all I said, my friend, Ed. I couldn't say, I said many times. She said, I said, oh, I'm so happy to reach you. She said, I'm at Mom's. I said, yeah, just a minute, dear. She said, what's the matter? She said, what? I said, hello. My wife said, hello. And the woman said, hello. I said, oh. The lady said, yeah. I said, the woman said, my wife said, my wife said, the woman said, my wife said, I said, the woman said, she said, the woman said, she said, the woman said, she said, my wife said, she said, my wife said, and I said, oh my God, I've got the name. The woman said, oh, she said, my wife said, yes. She said, my wife said, yes, she does. I said, my wife said, she said, I said, you never said, she said, I said, so the woman said, my wife said, then she said, I said, why is it I don't remember what you said? And both of them said, she said, the machines, they never said it. I said, whatever the machine says. He said, she said, I said, she said, I said, she said, I said, she said, and she looked at me and said, I said, and you said, she said to me, she said, I said, 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 I never said, so I said, she said, I said, lady at the desk. So I'm very busy right now. If you don't, I said, she said, I said, she said, I said, and I said, she said, I said, she said, and said, your mother said, the old one said, I said, she said, my wife addressed me. I said, my wife said, then the daughter said, time. Said, the daughter said, my wife said, she said, and she said, I said, my subconscious, I guess, said.
Ed Ford said, but they all said, and then they said, and I said, and then they said, all the slaves said, and he said, and the people said, and I said, and I said, you said, I said, and I said, and he said, but you said, I said, and he said, and his wife said, the guy said to me one time, he said, and I said, you said,